So hello everyone, this is lecture 68 for the mathematical physics. In the last lecture we have completed our special functions, and in which we studied about the legendary polynomial Hermite, and we have studied Bessel's function and also the Lagrange function. So we have completed all of them. Today we will start our new topic, that is PDE, means partial differential equations. So you must heard about it. Here what we do, there are two types of equations. First is complete ordinary derivatives, and second is half derivatives. So let me tell you what you know already. So if there is some this kind of functions where this only one independent variable is there and one is dependable, so you take the complete derivative, and that is called the ordinary derivative. So it is called dy by dx d square y by dx square. That's how you saw it. Now if there is only, means if there is multiple independent variables, then what is the situation? Then you will take the partial differential equation or the partial derivative. Okay, so if there is your function which is depending on two independent variables, that is x and t, then you will take your partial derivative with respect to either x or t, and you will consider the other one as constant. So it is written in this form: del u by del x, del u by del t. The second order will be del square u by del x square, del square u by del x square. So that's how you will write your partial differentials. Now those equations which involve these kind of partial derivatives is called the partial differential equations. So that is the basic definition. And now we will study many partial differential equations. We will study about the 1D wave equation, the heat equation. So here are some examples of partial differential equations like 1D wave equation that can be written in this form. Uxt is del square u by del t square c square del square u by del square. This is the 1D wave equation. And 1D heat equation, here u represents the temperature. Del square u by del t equal to c square del square u by del square. Then 2D Laplace equation, that is del square u by del x square plus del square u by del y square equal to 0. Then 2D Poisson's equation, this equal to fxy, and this equation is non-homogeneous. Others are homogeneous equations, but this one is non-homogeneous because there we are getting something. There is not 0 here. Then there is 3D Laplace equation, this equal to 0, and we have 3D wave equation, del square u by del t square equal to c square, and this. So these are some examples of partial differential equations. We will study in detail about the 1D heat equation and the 1D wave equation. So first we have to understand how to solve partial differential equation, only then we can study them. So let's see how to solve these differential equations. There is this equation given, uxx minus u equal to 0, and we need to find the u. So we need to solve this partial differential equation. Remember this notation: ux represent del u by del x, and u double dash x represent del square u by del x square. And if it is uxt, then it will be del u by del x and then again del u by del t. So del square u by del x del t. So this represents this. So remember them. So see, here is no y term is there. So it is just a simple differential equation. You can use the formulas we studied in the differential equations. It is u double dash minus u equal to 0. So it is just a homogeneous differential equation, second order. It will be, you can take lambda square minus 1, you can find the value of lambda. The general solution will be u equal to a exponential lambda x plus b exponential minus lambda x, or the minus lambda, and lambda will be 1. So it will be, means two values we have. So here will be lambda 1, lambda 2. So lambda 1 is plus 1, lambda 2 is minus 1. So this will be your general solution. Now see, this is a function of x only, means this is your u. Now these a and b can be a function of y also, because if you take then again the differential of u, you will get the same equation with respect to x. So these a can be function of y because these are constants, and here we are having differential only in the x terms. So this constant can be function of y. So the complete solution will be this. So let's see the second thing. One more example. If this kind of equation is given, uxy equal to minus ux, and we need to find the u. So how can we solve this now? So you need to convert this into the form of one variable. Okay, so let's see how can we do that. So let's assume ux equal to p. Then taking the, now this ux is p, now taking the derivative of p with respect to y will give you this complete uxy. So ux equal to p, then uxy equal to py. So we can write this complete equation in terms of one variable, that is p, and the one differential, one independent variable. So uxy equal to py, and ux is already we assume p, so it will be py equal to minus p. So now this becomes a single variable differential equation, py plus p equal to 0. So see, you can solve this equation how? Just write this here. Now it is del y by del x, means it is del py del y. Okay, so del py del y. So you can take del y into this side, and it will be 1 upon p del p, and 1 upon p del p will give you log p, and it will give you minus 1 dy will give you minus y plus some constant which is depending on x. Because you are taking integral with respect to y, so you can take the constant as the function of x, because taking the differential of this will give you again this equation with respect to y. It will give you 1 upon p dy, then 1 upon p dp equal to, this will give you then here will be minus dy and plus 0, so you will get again this equation. So you can write this in this form. From here you can find the value of p. P will be exponential minus y exponential c dash x. So exponential c dash x, we can write it this as again a new constant, that is cx. So it will be this. So we now have the p, and you know ux equal to p, so ux will be this. So now we can find the value of u by just integrating this complete with respect to x, because this is the differential of u with respect to x. So taking the integration will give you u. So this is your this thing ux. Now taking the integration will give you uxy equal to dx, and there is some constant which is depending on y, because this whole term is depending on x. So there can be, you can take some constant term that is the function of y. So now the integration will give you, this is e minus y will be constant, take this outside, and the cx dx plus dy. So this will be your uxy. Now there is no initial conditions are given, that's why we are writing this in this form. Otherwise you can solve that for the c also, okay, and you can find the values of constants. Now this uxy will be this. So that's how you find the solution. Now let's discuss a very important method, that is separation of variable in the partial differential equation, or we also call it product method. So this is a very important method, you must pay attention here now. So if equation is given this form, so uxy minus u equal to 0. So how you can solve this? So first you have to assume that uxy, which you need to find, is product of two functions, that is one is function of complete x and one is function of y only. So these are the two functions which are of one variable only. So this is one variable x, this is one variable y. So this u is product of these two functions. So now how you can write the ux? So ux will be del f by del x, and this will be constant. And if you want to find the y terms, uxy will give you, take the differentiation of this with respect to y, so it will give you this is constant, and take the del g by del y. So uxy will be del f by del x, del g by del y. So substitute this uxy here, and u is already, you know, that is f into g. So this uxy equal to u, so uxy equal to u, so it will become this equation. Now from this equation you can separate the variables, means you can just take this fx, that is function of x only, with the del f by del x, and g as a function of y only, take with the del g del y. So we can take this fx this side, so 1 upon fx del f by del x, and it will be g del y 1 upon del g by del y, this will go this side. That's how you can separate them, because you need to find a equation which is depending on one variable only. Now you did this, and you can take this both terms constant, sum equal to constant k, and you can solve this. Let's solve this. First take this equal to k, and then take this equal to k, and then solve. So now we have this differential equation. So this is depending on one variable only, so you can easily solve this. How? Take this del x this side, and it will be 1 upon f del f. So it will be depending on 1 only, so you can now write it in the form of d, complete d. So df by f equal to k dx. This will give you log f equal to kx plus c, some constant. Now this will be, f will be exponential kx plus c dash, and exponential c dash can be written as c1. So fx will be this, and similarly you can solve for g also. It will give you 1 upon dg, and it will be dy here, so 1 upon k dy equal to 1 upon g dg, and that will give you log g equal to exponential y by k and exponential c2 dash. So that will give you this solution. So you can similarly solve, like we solve this, similarly you will get for this equation this solution, gy equal to c2 exponential y by k. Now you can find your u is just a product of this f and g, so it will be fx dot gy. So just product of these terms, c1 c2 can be written as some constant c, so it will be exponential kx plus y by k. So that's how you can find the solution using the help of product method or the separation of variable method. So let's see some more examples. If it is in the form del u by del x equal to 2 del u by del t plus u, and initial condition is given u x at t equal to 0 is 6 exponential minus 3x, we need to find the u. So assume again u equal to f into g, f is function of x only and g is function of t only. So del u by del x will be given by f dash only, gt is constant. So this term will be written as g f dash, and del u by del t will be given by f g dash, because this will be constant for this. So we just write it this equation this form, g f dash equal to 2f g dot represent the del g by del t, and f dash represent the del f by del x, plus u is f dot fg, so we write it this. Now we have this form. We can separate f terms with f and g term with g. Let's see how can we separate. Divide this complete equation by the fg. So you will get this. F dash by f equal to 2g dot by g plus 1. Now see, this is only on f and this is here we have only g, and we can put these both as some constant k, and we can solve them using one variable equation only. So this will be f dash equal to fk. This first equation, and second equation will be 2g dot divided by g equal to k minus 1 and g. So that's how you can solve. So let's solve first this one only. F dash equal to k. This is nothing but del f df by dx, because we know already f dash is depending on x only. So f dash will be df by dx. So 1 upon f df equal to k dx. So it will give you kx, and when you solve this you will get f equal to c1 exponential kx. So this will be solution for this equation. Now this second equation, so it will give you k minus 1 this side and dg by dy. So dy with k minus 1 and 1 upon g dg will give you log g, and you will get this equation g equal to c2 exponential k minus 1 t by 2. So I hope you know how to solve this, because we already discussed these things in the differential equations. So uxt is f dot g. You already have f and g. This will the product of these two terms. So this c1 c2 will give you some constant c e kx k minus 1 t by 2. Now initial condition is given at t equal to 0. At t equal to 0, ux 0 equal to c6 exponential minus 3x. So after comparing we will get values for k and c. So c will came out to be 6 and k will be minus 3. So you can just compare, you will get these values. So this will be your complete solution. Let's take one more example. So ux plus uy equal to given x plus y u, and you need to find the solution. So assume again u equal to function of f and g, and one is function of x, second is function of y only. Now see, del u by del x or ux will be given by f dash gy plus uy will be given by f g dash equal to x plus u, and u is fg. So now you can separate the variables. How? Take this, divide this complete equation by fg. So here it will be 1 upon f, 1 upon g equal to x plus y. Now this is depending on x only, so take x with it, and this is depending on y only, take y with it. So it will be this minus x equal to y minus 1 upon g del g by dg by dy, and this is depending on one variable, and this is depending on one variable. So take these both equal to k and solve them separately. So first solve this equation. This equal to k will give you this. Now it will be 1 upon f df. Dx will be this side. It will give you kx plus x square by 2 plus some constant. F will be exponential term. This is solution for f. Similarly, you can solve for this y also. This equal to y minus k, and take this dy with the y minus k, and 1 upon g dg will give you log g, and you will solve this and you will get the solution like this. G will be exponential c2 exponential y square by 2 minus ky. Now u is product of f and g, so it will give you c exponential this term. So I hope you understand the method now. I am just clearing you the method. Okay, so you must know how to use the product rule. So now we will discuss the 1D wave equation. So using this product method, we will solve for the 1D wave equation. So we have this two walls, and this string is attached to these walls at ends. This is x equal to 0 and this is x equal to L. This complete length is L, and this string is vibrating. Okay, so vibration of an elastic string fixed at two ends, and this displacement or the amplitude represented by the u at any position x and time t. So x is the variable on this length and t is variable time, and u complete represents this deflection. So uxt represents the deflection in the string, and we know differential equation for this wave is this. So this is 1D wave equation. Del square u by del t square equal to c square del square u by del x square, and where the c square is nothing but speed, and that is represented by this c square equal to t by rho, and t is tension in the string, and rho is the mass per unit length. So that's how you represent the speed. You must know this thing. Okay, so we need to solve this differential equation. We need to find the solution for this 1D wave equation. So to solve this, there is two boundary conditions and two initial conditions are given. First, at x equal to 0, this u deflection will be 0. Definitely deflection will be 0 here, you can see that, and here also deflection will be 0. So u at x equal to 0, t equal to 0, and at length L, ult will be 0 for all t. So these are the boundary conditions. Now there are some initial conditions. At t equal to 0, any deflection will be represented by fx. So this represents some initial deflection, and at t equal to 0, this represents the initial velocity gx del u by del t. So these, using these two boundary conditions, two initial conditions, we need to find the solution of this differential equation. So let's see how can we find. So there are 2 or 3 steps. first we will use the product method to find the solution. Then we will use the initial condition and boundary conditions to find the constants. So let's see. Step 1 is product method. So assume uxt as f and g, dot product of f and g. So applying this here, you will get it is g double dash, f will be as it is because f is constant here, and then f is function of x and g is function of t. So c square it will be f double dash and g only. So it will be represented by this f g double dash g double dot equal to c square f double dash g. So these both represent the derivative. It dot represent the derivative with respect to time, and dash represent the derivative with respect to x. So this will be this. Now you can separate the equations, means take the f terms with f and g terms with g. So it will be f double dash 1 upon f f double dash, and this will be 1 upon g double dash, c square can also be taken here. And now you can take these both terms as some constant k, and here we assume this constant as some minus p square. We take it as some negative value. So what is the reason behind that we are assuming this constant as some negative value? So let's see the reason. So first assume it k only. So this equal to k, it will give you f double dash equal to fk and minus kf equal to 0, and the second equation will give you this. So now we have taken it just as k. Okay, we are not assuming this. So let's see how can we take this as negative only. So first assume let k equal to 0. Then k equal to 0 will give you f double dash equal to 0 and f dash equal to some constant a, and f will be ax plus b. Now see if this is your f, then using this initial condition at x equal to 0, the deflection will be 0, and this u is f0 gt, and this must be 0, and it must be 0 at fl gt also. So we know this is the initial boundary condition. So what it represents, gt should not be 0, so f0 fl should be 0. So f equal to 0, fl equal to 0, and you can see from here at x equal to 0, f will be b, so f0 equal to b and b must be 0 from here. So if you represent here b equal to 0, and at x equal to l it must be 0, so because here fl should be also be 0, so fl equal to 0 represents 0 equal to al plus 0. Now see, this equation is not possible, so that's why we can't take k equal to 0. So k can't be 0 because this is not valid condition. You can't just assume this condition because this is giving you contradictory results. Now let's assume k as some positive square. So if we assume k as some plus mu square, then it will be f double dash equal to mu square f, then it will be f, and you know this is the second order differential equation. So solution will be a exponential, it will be plus minus mu, so exponential mu x plus p exponential b exponential minus mu x, and using the initial condition again at x equal to 0 it must be 0, so at x equal to 0 it will give you a plus b equal to 0. Now this f at l must be 0, so these both conditions should be satisfied. From here you can see that. So at l it will given by a exponential mu l plus b exponential minus mu l equal to 0. Now these both conditions should be satisfied. This is possible only when a equal to 0, b equal to 0, only then these both equations satisfied. And if a equal to 0, b equal to 0, then f must be 0, so fx at any x, this will give you 0, and that is not possible because fx represents the initial deflection, and this must be 0. Okay, it can be anywhere at any time because it is the deflection at t equal to 0, and it can be any value, not 0 always. So from here we will see that it will be 0 always, which is not true. That's why we can't take k as some positive. Okay, so we can't take k as some positive, we can't take k as 0, so that's why we'll take k as some negative value, and that will give you perfect results. So that was the reason we are assuming k as some negative p square. So in the next lecture we will see how to find the complete solution. So that's all for today. Thank you everyone.